Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. To you guys, there's another Jurassic Park movie review. Today we're tackling, however you want to call it. I'm going to say Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. Now, you're going to be seeing some LEGO Jurassic World gameplay in the background. Again, me exploring the Lost World's open world hub. The first one for Jurassic Park 1, I had it at like 4K 60, all that, but that one took a really freaking long time to upload and edit. So this is going to be my old stuff. So 1080p, still 60, but it'll look great. It just won't be 4K. But my gameplay will still be that, just for this video. But yeah, I mean, look, I went into the Lost World kind of, because I've seen it 2 or 3 times before. And I go into it and I'm like, okay, I really, really enjoy Jurassic Park, and I really, really enjoy Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'll get to those. But this one I remember liking, but I remember going, okay, this is kind of the one that a lot of people I know, and people on the internet, they look at it and they go, oh, this is the average one, right? This is the one that's just okay, not very memorable. And they're kind of right. But first of all, I just want to get off with the bad. Just the negatives first, because there really aren't that many, but I do want to talk about them. I think the character arc, or the characterization of Ian Malcolm in this film, specifically I'm talking about the character, not the actor or the acting or the writing, just the character of him. If you remember in the first Jurassic Park, he's kind of weird, kind of almost like a rock star kind of guy, he just likes chicks, and I mean, like me, but I'm not going to go being weird about it, So it's just kind of weird that, like, dudes don't act like that. So he's clearly nervous. He clearly has a thing going on in the first film. This movie, he's not a badass action hero, like Owen can be, but he's just kind of like, he's not weird, I mean, he doesn't have any of those weird nervous factors. Maybe that's because he's not with a hot chick. He is, Julianne Moore, before she didn't look hot. But I don't know. Maybe it's just weird because they don't really address it. It's just kind of, oh, he's cool now, And he's not, like I said, he's not like some action hero guy. But he's not like he was in the first film. They don't really address that too much. We do kind of know that he is kind of wife swapping a lot. He's got a black daughter. His wife apparently just yeeted off to Paris or whatever. So he has a thing going on, but it's just kind of. His daughter is, again, great child actor, but I do think that the arc of Ian's kind of strange. Also, I do think that Eddie Carr, that character, look, what made Jurassic Park 1 stand out so much is that when Alan and Ellie first see the dinosaur in, that big, epic long shot, I used to know the name, F it. But, they see it, and you believe their even though it's a CG dinosaur, you believe it's a real dinosaur because of their real, kind of reaction to this. Eddie Carr sees it, and he's just like, wow, holy cow, it's just, and the camera lingers on him. I don't know. He's a good actor, I guess. Nothing too crazy about Eddie in here, nothing too bad. But, that one moment, because you have to sell to the audience that you freaking are in awe of a goddamn dinosaur, and this guy didn't sell it to me. Other than that, there aren't that many negatives. I would also agree that this film is about 2 minutes longer than Jurassic Park 1, clocking in at about 2 hours and 9 minutes. And a lot of people are going, oh, well, it's very boring and very bloated. And it is a bloated effing movie. I mean, there's a lot of set pieces in this film. Way more than Jurassic Park 1 had good set pieces and good action and intensity and grief and terror and all this stuff and all that. But this one's just kind of amped that up to freaking 11 and 12, and it's definitely not boring in my opinion, but bloated, I could see that. There's, like I said, there's a lot of things going on. Normally a movie has a 3-act structure of a first act, second act, third act. This structure just says screw it, and they go for a friggin' fourth. I like to call it the fourth. Because when they leave the Isla Sorna, you're like, okay, the movie's over, they're reflecting on their journey like the first one, and it's all good. But then they go into the quote-unquote fourth act with San Diego, and you get, this big-ass T-Rex destroying cars, killing people, running amok through the streets. And look, it is different, and we've never seen that before and after You know, the Lost World, Jurassic Park, is really the only one to kind of have dinosaurs that aren't in a jungle or some kind of a mansion or something like that. You know, or like a big amusement park area. It's in a friggin' town, and Steven Spielberg just said, "Screw it, let's do it." You know, just let it loose. You know, and there's a little bit of comedic moment in there, and I think the comedy's pretty good in this film. It made me laugh more than the first film. But there are a few cheesy scenes, you know, and I can't think of. There's a few moments where I cringed. I think the big San Diego chase can be a little bit on the nose. I think that's what they were going for, but you know, I think this movie mixes the intensity and the terror with comedy really well. You know, and they're not just chucking comedy in there to be like, oh, laugh. Is that funny? Laugh. You know, they're actually making it funny. They're not just throwing something in there to make you giggle because of how intense it is. It actually works, and it's actually funny. Which is something that I had maybe a little bit of an issue with the first one. But I do think that the comedy all around is pretty good. I think that the acting is good. I get, apart from the Eddie Carr thing, I think Ian's good. I think Sarah Harding's good. I think Roland Tembo and all these other guys, you know, the hunter, poacher, evil guys, they're good. I think the daughter's good. Whatever her name is, Lily, Macy, something like that. I don't know. Her Kelly. That's it. Kelly. Kelly's a good character. I think she's a good, pretty good child actor. I think that, you know, for the look, Jake Lloyd is the only child actor I went. He's not cutting the mustard. You know, everyone else is pretty much good. But of course, seeing Tim and Lex in the beginning, that was pretty cool to see them again. And man, if you look up Lex right now. She looking good. But anyway, on to another note. I do think that this movie, like I said, revolving around the intensity factor, there's a lot of moments in here that are tense as fudge, man. Like the whole scene where Sarah's like on top, like the two T-Rexes are attacking, and the convoy or the truck's kind of hanging over that cliff, and Sarah falls and smashes into the glass, and it starts cracking. I mean, that shit's crazy, man. It's just insane. It's like playing an Uncharted video game, right? It's like Uncharted 2. Remember when Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, the very first thing you see is Nathan Drake like hanging from that big train in the snow? That's what this feels like. It feels like an Uncharted video game with effing dinosaurs. You know, it's tense. It's insane. The scope, the CGI looks pretty good. I think the explosion in the end's a little ropey. But, you know, the fact that she's on the glass and it's slowly cracking, and then Nick Van Owen's trying to get the freaking telephone, and he's like, heads up! And it smashes the glass. They fall through. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. The tall grass scene's cool. The scene where they're all camping and the T-Rex's face goes into the tent. I mean, in San Diego, there's so many good action, intense moments in this where you're really going to look at it and go, wow. If anything, this is, you know, more intense and more exciting and thrilling than the first one. The first one, a lot of people look at Jurassic Park 1 and go, oh, it's the best because of nostalgia, right? The music, the everything, right? Oh, it's very nostalgic. And it's a great film, but this one, a lot of people discredit The Lost World as, oh, it's just the sequel. It's not as good. It's bland. It's average. I think this is just as good, if not a little better than the first one. Again, there's a little bit of moments in there where you're like, yeah, the acting's not the best, but that was in the first one too. You know, I think the CGI, of course, has gotten better. The practical effects with the dinosaurs have gotten better. The character arcs might not be so deep. I think Roland Tembo's pretty cool because he kind of starts off like a kind of a jerk. You know, he's like, oh, I gotta kill a T-Rex! And then in the end, he's like, look, I've had enough killing for one day, and he just gets the F out of there. So that's kind of neat. You know, I think that Sarah Harding, she's kind of like this, kind of like a, I don't want to say like a badass, but like kind of like a rebel, you know, a ruffian. You know, she goes to Isla Sorna, and she's like, look, Ian, I'll be fine, you know, just go in the trailer, I'll be fine. And, you know, Ian's always like, look, you're my girlfriend, I don't want to see you get eaten by... And look, whenever the hell I get a girlfriend, I don't want to see her get eaten by a dinosaur either, right? I mean, duh. But at the same time, I don't want my girlfriend in the future to be, you know, daring enough to, say, do that, you know, or, like, jump off a building and be like, it's fine, you know. So I do think that, you know, her character arc very much is she's a ruffian, she's a rebel, she's kind of a, you know, kind of a girl that's like, look, let me be, I'm going to do what I do, you know. And, of course, she kind of sees the other side, and she goes, well, you know, holy crap, you know, I almost died, you know. And there's those little moments where she cries when she gets rescued from the glass thing. Just little things like that where you look at it and you're like, okay, she's making progress, you know. She starts the movie very rebellious. Oh, I gotta get pictures of the dinosaurs, you know. And then toward the end, she's like, look, this is freaking nuts, you know, I almost died. But again, good characters. John Hammond's back. I think that's pretty cool. He's kind of a jerk. I mean, a lot of people see John Hammond as like the Dumbledore or the I don't know the Luke or the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure. He's basically just an asshole with the balding problem. That's all he is. I mean, he's got this problem where he's like, oh, I'm great. Spare no expense. And then this one he's like, oh, look, Ian, I got your girlfriend. She's in the forest documenting. Like, this dude, Hammond, he's got no respect for human life. He's like, look, I found another island, and go there. It's document it. It'll be fine. It's like, dude, do you remember what happened like a few years ago? Like, we almost died at the park, So there's subtle moments like that with Hammond that's just kind of like, dude, you're kind of an idiot, like, you're stupid. He is a good character, and I do think he kind of is the grandfather of this franchise, but, and we see a little bit more of that in Fallen Kingdom, but in this one he's just kind of like, look, Ian, go get your girlfriend, you jerk, it's just, I don't know, whatever. The whole faction of how they meet, the good guys and the poachers and all that, I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a little bit of a good dynamic with that. The way this movie is shot, Steven Spielberg is a very good filmmaker, but holy crap is he effing good at filmmaking. There's so many shots in this that are just beautifully well made. The choreography's great, the action's great, CGI, everything's really great in this film. I don't understand why people look at it and go, that's the average one, that's the bad one. And I'm going to have some beef on Jurassic Park 3 soon, but I do think that The Lost World Jurassic Park 2 is actually really good. I think it's, if anything, it's more investing and enthralling than Jurassic Park 1, and I probably blasphemy and a sin to say that, but, whatever. And I love Jurassic Park 1, but this one is just, it's very much, cranking everything up to 11 and seeing where we can get. Again, a few negatives. Eddie Carr's reaction is a little weird. Ian Malcolm's just kind of completely different now. Maybe one or two of the CGI scenes don't hold up. Maybe one or two cringy jokes. But look, none of that stuff really detracts from this film. And I really enjoyed it. I really, really did. And, really going back to it, I think maybe it's a little bit too long. At least it felt long. Look, long movies aren't bad. I watched The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. I watched Endgame. I watched the Snyder Cut. It's 4 freaking hours. So I don't mind long films. But, I mind long films if they're not padded with crap. And when we got to the San Diego scene, I felt like maybe, it was cool to see a T-Rex in the street, but I felt like maybe we were getting a little bit too off the nose, you know what I mean? Maybe it was, okay, how much longer is this going to go type thing, but I still enjoyed it. I'm probably going to give, if I have to rate The Lost World Jurassic Park, I'll probably give it an A-. I really enjoyed it. I think it's not the best, but it's nowhere near terrible or average or bland. It's very action-packed, it's very enthralling, it's very entertaining, and I can't wait to watch Jurassic Park 3 again for you guys. Again, tell me in the comments what you think about Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think? Again, I will heart your comment. I will respond to you, get a little discussion going in the comments section, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I really did enjoy it, and I can't wait to continue watching the others. And yeah, tell me in the comments what you think. This was really fun. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.